allowing myself to think different. You having you help me think through not even specific situations, but just thinking, and mindfulness as a whole has allowed me to unravel some of that anxiety and stress that I didn't need to have. And that's been my little clayisms in my head has been my favorite part. When the wheels start turning and I hear you, say something, and I start thinking about what we would talk about that week and how I could actually, with practice, start to implement it little by little. That was my favorite part.
What's most valuable to me and what I like most about our work together is that there's another seat at the table of my organization, and I can lean on that. When I can have conversations with you about my business that I can't have with people in my business. Right? With my managers, my accountants, I can't have these conversations with them. I need to have conversations about them and about my and my leadership role and how I'm interacting in these relationships. Because most of the time, it's for us to grow. It's not for them. I'm not necessarily trying to. There's the managing aspect, but I'm really trying to navigate my internal space so that I can have better outcomes as a leader.
Clay, you're one of those coaches that sometimes I find it hard to believe that I pay someone to tell me the obvious things about myself. But it's true, I can't see it. And, I like to give this analogy to people that I coach that, if you look at Tom Brady, right? Regardless of what you think about sports, he's the best, he's the GOAT, right? He's the best quarterback. And, as a coach, Bill Belichick, he's not the best at Tom Brady's role. He's not the best at being Tom Brady. He's not the best at football, but he sees things that Tom Brady can't see. And so he can stand on the sidelines and he gets to see the entire football field. And Tom Brady, who's the best at doing Tom Brady, comes over and can learn from Bill Belichick. I'm the best at being Liz, but I need my Bill Belichick who can see the whole field and go, okay, Liz, here's what you're missing. And so I just love that ability that you have to illuminate and bring things to light that just, I hate to be dramatic, but it really is life-changing. The things that you bring out that I didn't see before we talked.
As I was preparing, thinking about how my life has been impacted by the work with you, my personal life and my professional life have both been impacted. And I was trying to identify the differences and the things that from a personal perspective, from a business perspective. But then I realized as I was putting this together that it's all interconnected. Achieving that personal power, focusing on being, that applies when I'm having a business meeting with a client or an internal meeting with my team, and it applies to how I interact with my wife and with my son and my children. And that, you can't, there's no separation. I'm me, I'm Mike. And that means if I'm at home, I'm still me, and if I'm at work, I'm still me. So tapping into that authenticity, being genuine, then that person's always there. I may behave differently in front of a customer than I behave in front of a 9-year-old because he's a goofball and he wants to goof around. I wouldn't behave that way necessarily with a customer, but it's still me, still being genuine.